Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Texas Rangers franchise here on MLB The Show 21 and the MSM Sports Network. In the last episode, we dropped the home opener to Toronto 3-1, and since then we've simulated the rest of that series and the opening game against San Diego. And your Rangers sit at 4-3 right now, a game and a half back of the 6-2 Astros. At least we're not the Oakland A's. They are off to a 1-8 start. That was a team that originally was projected by many to win the American League West, and that's certainly possible. It's just through the first 9 games, but a lot of work to be done by Oakland. Very quick recap of what happened since we last talked. And the Rangers have come from behind win to take the middle game of the series, 7-3. Taylor Hearn got the win. It was Nick Solak hitting a 3-run home run. Then the theme through the next 2 games was really just a total lack of offense from the Rangers. Kyle Gibson took the loss. He's 0-1 now, and Toronto took that series, and then just a brutal loss for Kohei Arihara. Arihara went 9 complete innings. He gave up just 1 run, but the Rangers were unable to score. We had 6 hits, and unfortunately, Dilson Lamet just spread them out, and we couldn't get anything across. The Rangers wasted a couple of different opportunities, and a 1-0 loss is how we started. Ironically, this is rather similar to what happened in real life on that Friday night opener. Of course, it was Joe Musgrove who threw a no-hitter, the first no-hitter in San Diego Padres history, and well, unfortunately, I was there for that. Saw the Rangers get annihilated that night. What I want to do right now, though, is show you very quickly some stats across the lineup, and it's looking really good at the top. Calhoun and Kiner Falefa are hitting well, but once you get to the middle of the order, the concern starts to grow. Lowe's doing okay, probably need to move him around, and then Joey Gallo is just in a abysmal slump at the plate to start the season. Nick Solak's hitting quite well. Adolis Garcia's hitting well. David Dahl hit his first home run of the year in that second game against Toronto, and Anderson Tejeda is playing really well to start his season. Brock Holt is doing okay off the bench, but really not a ton of opportunities for the rest of the bench guys. So I'm going to rearrange the lineup likely before the start of this San Diego Padres episode. We're going to play Game 2. Also, though, wanted to take the time to show you what it looks like at the AAA and AA levels. Very quickly, their lineups. At the AAA level, they're 1-0. They just played their first game against the Las Vegas Aviators, I believe. I need to check their name. It's the Oakland A's AAA affiliate. And here's what the AAA roster looks like. It was Sam Huff who got the only RBI in that game. It was a 1-0 win. Cole Hamels went 9 scoreless, and good to see that Huff, is contributing in his first game at the AAA level this season. There's certainly a lot of hope riding on him, a lot of hope riding on Sheraton Apostle, as well as he could potentially be a future corner infielder. Apostle has a long way to go as far as plate discipline, and he's not that great of a fielder, but a lot of potential there. I certainly hope he can pay off. Yanio Perez could be a first baseman prospect down the line. He's playing left field with Guzman at first, but I think Perez certainly projects more as a corner infielder. Even though they're listing him as an outfielder, I don't know that that's all that accurate. Plus, he's got the first baseman's glove equipped right now, so I'll have to look into that. Leody Taveras had a 1-for-3 day. He certainly has a lot of hopes on his shoulders. The Rangers are just desperate for a franchise outfielder, not named Joey Gallo, especially if Gallo gets moved, and there's a potential that Leody is that franchise guy. Chris Sicey is another guy who the Rangers drafted, I believe in the first round a couple of seasons ago. A lot of expectations riding on his shoulders, and then you see the pitching staff here for the Express. We'll have some time dedicated to each minor league team here in a little bit. We might actually play an Express game coming up potentially in the next episode, but just wanted to let you know that they did win that first game 1-0. The Rough Riders don't start yet for another month. The AA season didn't get going until May. So they just got underway here in real life. But to give you a look at what that roster will look like, and the top prospect in the organization is Josh Young. Certainly hoping for big things from him. He's got a lot of expectations. And then Maximo Acosta is another kid, an 18-year-old out of Venezuela. I'm really hoping that he can develop and become the very worst a second baseman that could play for us. Luis Angel Acuna the same way. There's a lot of people that have said that he might be better than his brother, including Ronald himself. Of course, Ronald Acuna, the superstar outfielder with the Atlanta Braves. Once again, we'll dive more into Double-A and everyone on the roster in an upcoming episode once we get to the middle of May, when the Rough Riders start their season. You saw Colby Allard was down there as well. But with all of that being said, it's time to get into today's episode. 4-3 Texas hosting 6-2 San Diego. It'll be Dane Dunning against Mike Clevenger. And in this episode, what I'm going to do is a couple of play-by-play innings. This hopefully will be a little bit of a shakeup from just the normal recaps. I'm using this YouTube channel to continue my broadcasting career and have a lot of experience in the booth doing various games, so I certainly hope that shines out. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the broadcast. We'll pick things up in the first inning, so I'll step aside and let the play-by-play take over. From Globe Life Field in Arlington, it's the Texas Rangers hosting the San Diego Padres in the second game of a 3-game series. Hello everybody, welcome to Rangers Baseball on the MSM Sports Network. So glad to have you with us for Game 8 of 162 and the penultimate game on this Rangers homestand. Well, Texas is looking to even the series after dropping the opener 1-0, and they'll send Dane Dunning to the mound in search of his first win as a Texas Ranger. In his first start of the season, Dunning did not record a decision against the Royals, but pitched well, posting 5 1/3 innings of 1-run baseball. He gave up 6 hits, struck out 7, and walked just 1. Well, Tommy Pham will dig into the box and lead things off here for the San Diego Padres. Give you a look at the Padres starting lineup in just a moment. That presented by Yo Boy Roy's Tutorials. For all your video gaming needs, visit YouTube/YoBoyRoy for more details. First pitch of the evening misses down and away, and we are officially playing baseball here at Globe Life Park. The roof is closed on a stormy night here in Arlington, Texas, as Dunning to the wind, and the pitch is just fouled off. A fastball at the bottom of the zone. Only the second time this season that the roof has been closed here in Arlington. The first time was the series finale just a couple of nights ago against Toronto. 1-1 pitch is smacked on the ground down to third base. Anderson Tejeda up with it. And a quick throw over to Nate Lowe at first base takes care of things. And give you a look at the Padres lineup. Jake Cronenworth coming up next. He's batting second and playing at second. It'll be Manny Machado who's in the third hole. He's at third base. Fernando Tatis Jr. cleanup. He's batting fourth and playing at shortstop. Eric Hosmer, the first baseman, will bat fifth. It's Will Myers in right field batting sixth. Austin Nola behind the plate. He's batting seventh. And followed by Trent Grisham, the center fielder, batting eighth. And Hae-Sung Kim, the designated hitter, he'll bat ninth. Well, Jake Cronenworth digs into the box, and after taking the first pitch for a strike, lines this one down to Anderson Tejeda. Quickly 2 away here in the top of the first inning is Dane Dunning looking for his first career win as a Texas Ranger. He was 2-3 a season ago in the Chicago White Sox organization. Manny Machado digs in now, takes the first pitch, a slider down for ball 1. Dunning acquired in the offseason, part of that Lance Lynn trade that sent Lynn to the White Sox, and the Rangers squarely into the rebuild mode, as the 1-1 pitch will not be handled by catcher Jonah Heim behind the plate, and it's 2-1. Machado comes into today's game just batting .233. He only has 2 RBIs and no home runs on the season. There's a 3-1 pitch here from Dunning, catches the inside corner, a sinker moving in on that inner half, and Dunning, certainly a guy who's going to need that sinker to be good, as this one fouled off down the right field line. We'll do the 3-2 pitch all over again. 12th pitch of the inning coming up for Dunning. Heim asks for a fastball, and it is delivered high in the zone, fouled back by Machado. Slow start offensively for Machado, certainly something that he's not used to, as This curveball misses down low, and Dunning has issued the first free pass of the night. Machado will trot down to first base, and that'll bring up the ever-dangerous Fernando Tatis Jr., arguably the face of baseball here in 2021. Tatis, 261 the average coming in, couple of home runs, 4 RBIs for the San Diego shortstop as he takes ball one low. And Tatis, healthy this year, and the Padres certainly hoping that he can have a full season of health as a pickoff move over to first and Machado back standing. Tatis, a generational talent, but injuries have certainly hampered him throughout his early career. The Padres hoping that not the case in 2021. He's ahead in the count here, 2-0, as Dunning looking at the baseball, trying to get a little bit of a grip. He's been a tad bit wild here to start the inning. 2-0 is a fastball right down the middle for strike one, and the count back to 2-1. Heim calls for the breaking pitch, and out in front of it is a waving Fernando Tatis. So Dunning right back even with the count. Looking for the punch out here. The 2-2 pitch grounded back up the middle. This one will get into center field, a base hit. Adolis Garcia up to collect it, and he'll cut the runner off at third. But it's first and second with 2 away here for the Padres as Tatis doing the job, protects the plate on 2-2, and San Diego with a scoring opportunity, their first of the evening. That'll bring up Eric Hosmer, the first baseman for the Padres, batting .313 coming into play. Hosmer also does not have a home run this season, despite being 8 games in the first pitch. He'll roll this one over to first. Low with the ball. He'll step on the bag, and the Rangers are out of the inning. No runs on a hit, 2 left. We're going to the bottom of the first. The Padres nothing, and the Rangers coming up on the MSM Sports Network. Bottom of the first is Texas will send up Willie Calhoun, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, and Nick Solak to face the righty Mike Clevenger, making his second start of the season for the Padres. 2.7 ERA after 6 2/3 inning of work in his last time out. Clevenger struck out 6 and walked 3, and he's looking for his first decision of the 2021 season as Willie Calhoun digs in. Average at .321, a home run and a couple RBIs for the Ranger lefty. Calhoun settles in, and Clevenger kicks and winds, and the first pitch swung on and missed. The Rangers lineup, which we'll give to you in just a minute, presented by Nyan Rollin' Beef, a Texas tradition since 1996. Is Texas certainly looking to get some offense going here tonight. They did not score a run last evening in a 1-0 loss to the Padres. And Calhoun quickly finding himself down in the count right now. It's 0-2 after a couple of curveballs from Clevenger. Clevenger has a variety of pitches that he works with, and one of the biggest trades from a season ago, going from the Cleveland Indians over to the San Diego Padres, the former 4th-round draft pick of the Los Angeles Angels winds, fires, and this one grounded right back up the middle. Tatis playing with the shift, though, fields it to the right at second, and Calhoun is a quick first out. The Texas Rangers lineup looks like this. Kiner-Falefa will bat second. He's at short. It's Nick Solak, the second baseman, batting third. Nate Lowe is at first. He'll bat cleanup. Adolis Garcia in center field this afternoon, followed by Joey Gallo in right field. Anderson Tejada at third base, batting seventh. It's David Dahl batting eighth and playing left field, and Jonah Heim is batting ninth. He's behind the plate. Clevenger kicks and fires, and the first pitch to the Rangers shortstop misses high. Kiner-Falefa leads this team in average at .448, and he had another multi-hit game last night. That's already 4 multi-hit games for Izzy this season. It's the 1-0 pitch slapped out to shortstop, and Tatis, a busy man early. Fields throws on to first, and quickly 2 gone here in the bottom of the first for the Rangers, and that'll bring up Nick Solak. Well, we were telling you about Clevenger, and formerly drafted by the Angels in June of 2011 from Seminole Community College in Sanford, Florida. And over his career, 44 wins, 23 losses. He has put together quite an MLB career as Nick Solak will get the better of him here. First pitch swinging and a fastball driven into right field, a base hit. You get another look at that. A mistake pitch from Clevenger, who does touch the high 90s, but Solak able to go the opposite way with a fastball right down the middle. And the Rangers, an early base runner for Nate Lowe, the first baseman. Lowe, 231 as he takes a curveball inside. And Lowe, one of the 6 hits for the Rangers a night ago. He's got a home run and 4 RBIs. He had the only extra base hit for Texas last night against Dinelson Lamet. 1-0 pitch. Clevenger kicks, fires, and he got Lowe to swing right over a changeup there. 87 miles an hour on the gun. Lowe, one of the better breaking ball hitters on this Rangers lineup, but off to a little bit of a slow start this season. As I mentioned, just 231 the average. 2-1 the count here, bottom of the first, 2 outs. Runner on first is Nick Solak. The wind and the pitch, and it's a changeup fouled back. Is Lowe able to stay alive? Off-speed pitches have ruled the at-bat so far, and Clevenger now in the driver's seat. The 2-2 pitch got him swinging. Third changeup of the at-bat. Lowe can't connect, and he goes down swinging. We're headed to the top of the second here from Arlington on the MSM Sports Network. Top half of the second inning here from Arlington, and it's 6, 7, and 8 going to bat for the San Diego Padres after a scoreless first inning. And Will Myers will lead things off here for San Diego as the first pitch swung on and rolled out to second base. It's Solak over to first, and on one pitch, Dane Dunning has his first out. Want to let you know that this second inning is brought to you by Broadcasting University. Get your degree in sports broadcasting in as little as 12 months. Apply online at broadcastingu.com. A look at the Rangers and how they align defensively. And the big story, of course, Anderson Tejeda getting another start at third base. He's done a tremendous job this season, not only defensively, but also at the plate. As Austin Nola, the San Diego catcher, digs in and takes strike one on the outside corner. Nola, 296 the average coming in. He's got a couple of home runs and 6 RBIs. That is actually good for the team lead. Dunning kicks and fires in the 0-1. A slider tapped down the first baseline. As Nola quickly in the hole 0-1. Dunning working quickly this evening to the wind, and he fires, and the sinker fouled away on the right side of the venue. Nola hanging tough now with 2 strikes still in the count. Dunning ready, and he misses down low with a slider here on the outside part of the plate. Is Heim mixing up the pitches and locations. Looks like he wants this one back inside. Dunning ready, fires, and got him looking. Nola couldn't pull the trigger on a sinker that nips the inside corner. First strikeout of the evening for Dane Dunning, and there are 2 away with Trent Grisham's digging in. And Grisham, a 280 average, couple of home runs, 5 RBIs in the 8th spot here for this San Diego lineup. Grisham, a guy who uses all fields. He's not just a pull hitter. He loves to go the opposite way. You see that there as he fouls off the 1-0 sinker down the third baseline. Usually pitching to a power lefty, it can be a benefit to go on the outside corner, but not necessarily the case to Grisham. 1-2 count now is Dunning stands side saddle on the mound, and now he'll back off, ask Heim to go back through the signs. Dunning deciding what he wants. The 1-2 now on the way, and a slider misses badly on the inside part of the plate, and Grisham never threatened by that one. Twos will ride here. 2 outs in the top of the second inning, and the fastball just misses the inside corner. It's a full count now to Grisham. Hae-Sung Kim, the designated hitter, waiting on deck. Full count offering tapped down the first baseline, and we'll do it one more time. Is Dunning now up over 30 pitches on the evening. Payoff pitch one more time, and he lost him. Second walk of the contest for Dunning is that changeup never threatened the zone, and Grisham, a hard-earned free pass. He'll trot on down to first base, and that'll bring up the 9th place hitter, Hae-Sung Kim. Kim, the designated hitter this evening, and he comes into play with a 259 average, 607 OPS, no home runs, 2 RBIs, just like much of this Padres lineup. From the stretch, Dunning, check of the runner, and now he'll pick off over to first. Grisham, plenty of speed, but not necessarily the biggest threat to steal a base. Dunning will pay plenty of attention to him, though, just in case. Another peek over the left shoulder for Dunning, and now he'll kick and fire, and Grisham's running. Pitch is a called strike. The throw down from Jonah Heim in plenty of time to get Grisham at second base. A perfect strike from Jonah Heim to Nick Solak. We're scoreless here in Arlington and head into the bottom of the second on the MSM Sports Network. Adolis Garcia leads things off for the Texas Rangers here in the bottom of the second. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Safe Life Insurance. To protect all that makes life fun, trust Safe Life Insurance. The first pitch from Clevenger misses outside to Garcia. Adolis, one of the hotter bats in this Texas lineup, a .318 average. Takes another changeup down and inside. Adolis, surprise in spring training as he earned his way onto this Texas Rangers team. Previously a little bit of an unknown commodity, but making his name known here at the big leagues as he fouls the 2-1 off. Another changeup thrown by Clevenger, who's gone to that 3 times in a row. Home plate umpire Clyde Washington throws another ball out there. It's been a pitch that Mike has relied on quite a bit during his career as he goes off speed again, and Garcia swings right over the top of it. 2-2 here in the bottom of the second. Garcia spits on a changeup just over the plate, and it's a full count with Joey Gallo waiting on deck. Garcia with the long arm sleeve down the right arm, the elbow guard up the left, and he'll swing and foul this one off. First fastball of the at-bat, and Garcia stays alive. Garcia, the everyday center fielder for Texas here to start 2021. 3-2 pitch just off the outside corner. Clevenger can't believe it. It's a changeup that didn't quite nibble the zone, and Garcia, a leadoff walk here for Texas in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up Joey Gallo. Gallo just 160 the average coming into play, and he is off to a rocky start at the plate. 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. That first home run on opening day in the come-from-behind win against the Kansas City Royals, but really has not done a ton since. Gallo moved from cleanup down to the 6th spot in the lineup. His head coach Chris Woodward really just saying he wants the game to develop a little bit for Joey, and Joey swings at the first pitch, belts this one deep out to left field. Tommy Pham going back to the track, the wall, reaches up and makes the catch. There is a loud out number 1 as Joey tried to go the other way with it. We'll get a look at the defensive alignment here for the Padres. Pham, Grisham, and Myers the outfield. Machado, Tatis Jr., Cronenworth, Hosmer the infield, and Austin Nola the second half of the Padres battery with Mike Clevenger on the mound. Sanderson Tejeda who'll dig in, swinging from the left side against the right-handed pitcher, and the rookie takes ball 1 off the plate. Tejeda has had a tremendous start to the season, a .313 average. His OPS up near 900. First career home run this season and 4 RBIs to go along with it. Clevenger winds, fires, and the 1-0 fastball fouled away. Tejeda wears the number 22 for Texas. Has the pant legs pulled up to just below the knees, showing plenty of blue stocking. 1-2 pitch, fouled away, and Tejeda behind in the count now at 1-2. Bright green bat tape adorning the bottom of his lumber there. Is Clevenger ready? The 1-2 pitch, and a slider that just doesn't break. It misses at the top of the zone. Good take there by Tejeda, who refused to chase. Garcia, the runner at first. The 2-2 pitch from Clevenger, and it's fouled away. A fastball at the top of the zone. Texas trying to break through here in the bottom of the second against Clevenger, who's thrown 25 pitches to this point. Mike ready, winds, fires, and a curveball misses the zone badly. It's another full count. It's David Dahl who waits on deck as Clevenger has not been extremely sharp here to begin the ball game. Struggling with the command of his breaking ball, to say the least, and he's got another opportunity here. 3-2, pitch popped up on the left side of the infield. This will be an easy catch for Manny Machado, who's just in on the first cut of the grass. He'll make the grab, and quickly 2 away for Texas as Garcia retreats back to first. That'll bring up the left fielder, David Dahl. Dahl, another one of the outfielders for Texas, in a bad way at the plate right now. Just 158 the average, a home run and 2 RBIs, and tasked with keeping the second inning alive as he looks at a fastball that misses off the outside corner for ball one. Clevenger, a little dejected on the mound, as he's just not been able to locate very many of his pitches to start this evening at all. 29th pitch of the evening coming, and it's a fastball that misses inside to David Dahl. You see maybe why Clevenger has gone to the breaking ball so many times. He just has not been able to have pinpoint accuracy with the fastball. Hitters count for Dahl, the 2-0 pitch right down the middle, and this is smoked right back up the middle. Just eludes the grasp of Tatis Jr. Garcia stops at second base, and the Rangers cooking here in the inning. Runners at first and second with 2 away. And that'll bring up the catcher, Jonah Heim. As Dahl, you get another look at the replay. This one, a fastball center cut, just like what maybe Nick Solak did back in the first. And an easy single for him, and that brings up Heim, batting .250 on the season. First pitch fouled away as a slider right down the middle, but Heim a little bit out in front of it. Jonah has just made one start this season. It was against Kansas City, and he had the go-ahead RBI in extra innings, a sac fly that gave the Rangers the 10th inning win there in Kansas City, Missouri. Of course, the Rangers swept the Royals, took a 3-0 start to the season. They've cooled off a little bit since then. 1-1 pitch and a slider that doesn't bend. It misses the outside corner. Heim now ahead in the count 2-1, and Clevenger certainly having to sweat here in the second inning. Already up to 33 pitches. The 2-1 just off the outside corner, and it's 3-1. Willie Calhoun waiting on deck. Clevenger trying to avoid loading the bases here in the bottom of the second. Got the sign from Nola, the pitch, and it's a fastball that's not called a strike. Clevenger beyond frustrated at that one. He thought he had nipped the bottom of the zone, but Clyde Washington doesn't give Clevenger the call as we take a look on our K-zone, and it certainly caught part of the zone, maybe not quite half a ball inside, but the 96-mile-an-hour four-seam misses, and the bases are loaded for Willie Calhoun, who's 0 for 1 tonight. Willie digging in from the left side. The first pitch, fastball misses off the plate inside, and Clevenger really having a tough time locating. Willie grounded out back in the first. He gets his second at bat a little bit sooner maybe than I think he expected. Looking to break through, put the Rangers on the scoreboard. 1-0 pitch, that's outside. Another fastball that doesn't find the zone, and Clevenger really behind the 8 ball here as he's missed the last 5 pitches in a row outside the zone. 2-0, hitters count here for Calhoun. The pitch, fastball down. 3-0, the count as Clevenger is beyond lost on the mound right now, in danger of not only walking the bases loaded, but also walking in the first run of the game. 3-0, you have to imagine Calhoun's taken here, and it is a fastball right through the mayor's office. 3-1, the count for Willie. Still in plenty of control over this at bat, though. Texas trying to break across on the scoreboard. The 3-1 pitch from Clevenger, and it's smacked foul down the right field line. That had home run distance, but Calhoun pulls it foul, and now the runners will get a head start. 3-2, it's been all fastballs to Calhoun, and now Willie asks for time. He'll back out and think about this. 41st pitch of the evening coming from Clevenger. 3-2 as he checks the runners. The wind and the pitch. Ball 4 inside. Clevenger can't locate his 6th fastball of the at-bat, and it's 1-0 Texas as Mike Clevenger walks home the first run of the ballgame to bring up Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Already the 3rd walk of the evening for Clevenger, who's in a bad way right now, and now the hottest hitter in the Rangers order steps to the plate. Clevenger to check the runner in the first pitch, a fastball outside. No command of any pitch for the San Diego starter. Closes his eyes, a deep breath, and now Izzy'll step out. No action going in the San Diego bullpen right now. This is Clevenger's mess to work out of. 1-0 count, bases full of white-shirted Rangers. Clevenger winds and fires, and it's smacked foul down the left field line. One pulled just wide of the third base bag, and the count even at 1 apiece. From the right side of the mound, Clevenger, the pitch, and it's a changeup that misses outside, 2-1. And the Ranger faithful on their feet. They'd like to see Clevenger walk in another run as he looks to the heavens for an answer on the mound. 2-1. Izzy digs in. And the righty ready. Here's the pitch. Fouled off down the right field line. A fastball at the top of the zone. And Clevenger just a pitch away from getting out of this. The high set and hold. Clevenger ready. Here's the pitch. And it's sprayed out to right field. Past Cronenworth, a base hit. 1 run is home. Here comes Calhoun to the plate. He'll score standing up. And the Texas Rangers out to a 3-0 lead on a 2 RBI single from Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. A fastball well off the plate, but Izzy protecting, and he's able to put that by Cronenworth. I said it was Calhoun who came home to score. It was actually Jonah Heim who scores the second time. And Texas, a 3-0 lead after they didn't score a single time in 9 innings last night. They pushed 3 across here within the first 2 innings, and that'll bring up Nick Solak to the plate. Solak, 1 for 1. He singled back in the first. Calhoun at second. It's Kiner-Falefa at first, and the first pitch swung on and missed out in front of a cutter. I believe that's the first time that Clevenger has thrown that particular pitch. Getting near 50 offerings on the night. The righty winds and fires, and it's a slider that catches the zone. 0-2 on the Rangers' second baseman. Clevenger, a check of the runner at second. Here he comes. And a slider swung on and missed. It gets away briefly from Nola. He collects, throws to first. Not in time! Nick Solak beats out the strikeout and the wild pitch. And it keeps going from bad to worse for Clevenger, who should be out of the inning. But instead, it's bases loaded with 2 outs, and Nate Lowe comes to the plate. Lowe struck out back in the first, but he can redeem all that right here with a base hit. As the lefty digs in, Clevenger ready, and a curveball hung, pounded out to deep right center field, but it's not going to be enough. Secured out there in center field by Trent Grisham, and Clevenger out of the inning. The Rangers strike for 3 in the bottom of the second. We'll head to the top of the third here on the MSM Sports Network. Well, there you have it. 2 innings of full play-by-play, and we'll go ahead and skip ahead here as Chris Paddock comes on. He would come on in the bottom of the 5th inning as Texas right back to the plate, and Anderson Tejeda going to drive this one out of the ballpark for a 2-run home run. I appreciate you guys sitting through the play-by-play. That's going to be something that'll do every once in a while, but obviously it makes for a longer episode, so we'll briefly recap the rest of this game. As you see, Anderson Tejeda jumps all over this fastball, 110 miles an hour off the bat, and Tejeda with his second home run of the year. We go to the bottom of the 8th. San Diego had answered with a Trent Grisham home run, but David Dahl gets that run right back, going out to right field and over the wall. His second home run of the season. 6-1 Texas now, and Dahl in a bad way at the plate, but a little bit of confidence boosting right there as he gets all over a hanging changeup. 371 feet of pure laser beam over the right field wall. Go to the top of the ninth. San Diego scored 1 against Brett Martin, but the lefty would close things down as a ground ball out to Solak, flipped to short, and that would be the ball game. Dane Dunning earns his first win as a Texas Ranger, and Texas takes this one 6-2. They even up the series over the San Diego Padres in what was a game defined by that second inning. The Rangers got those 3 runs. They never looked back, added a couple of insurance runs later. Dunning gets the win. Clevenger suffers the loss, and Texas hit 2 home runs, Tejeda's and David Dahl. They rode both of those to the win. Look at the box score there, and the offense certainly came to play tonight. 6 runs on 10 hits, no errors for the Rangers. We did leave 9 runners on base, but ultimately it didn't really matter. Clevenger suffers the loss. He didn't pitch well. Dane Dunning did, 4 strikeouts and 2 walks. Hunter Wood pitched in relief, and Brett Martin came on out of the bullpen. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. We'll skip ahead and simulate the rest of April, and I'll let you guys know how that goes in the next episode. Until next time, so long, everybody.